So that brings us over to some of the rape gang inquiry stuff. Really, really bizarre. Again, I highly recommend the United States not go down the primrose path of the United Kingdom. Again, that's just me. That's just yours truly here. But it appears as though the United Kingdom kind of as a whole has decided to just go deep, deep, deep down the importing tons of migrants side of thing. And then, as they go down that very deep, dark path, they are bringing anyone that they can with them. Anyone at all they can with them down this awful, awful path. So, first of all, regarding the Member of Parliament, Rupert Lowe, he's in a bit of a tizzy. We had a conversation with a British political analyst a couple of days, I should say, probably just over a week ago, talking about the kind of split in the Reform Party. So Nigel Farage has the Reform Party after the Conservative Party became garbage. And so Rupert Lowe was kicked out of or split off from the Reform Party because he was saying too many things that were just clearly, look, Islamic immigration into the United Kingdom is a problem. It's a significant issue. And because it's a significant issue, again, I would suggest that if you're trying to make the case in the UK that Rupert Lowe is wrong, he needs to stop coming out with additional inquiries and reports that prove all of the various things that members of the United Kingdom public are complaining about regarding third world immigration into the country and the kind of cultures that involve rape gangs, the kind of cultures that involve honor killings, the kind of cultures that involve beheadings, the kind of cultures that involve etc. ad nauseum. So, a private funded inquiry chaired by Rupert Lowe has released a comprehensive report on the systematic sexual exploitation of British children by predominantly, and here you go, you guessed it, Pakistani Muslim grooming gangs. Crimes that the British state either ignored, covered up, or actively shielded for over 70 years. So here's some of the key findings in this report. An estimated 250,000 white British girls were subjected to rape, gang rape, human trafficking, torture, and forced conversion to Islam. And again, you do not even need to take this report's word for it, even though it cites a ton of sources. The members of the Pakistani migrant community to the United Kingdom will openly tell you this is what they are doing. And if you bring a camera into their gated, patrolled communities, they will harass you and smash the camera and possibly assault you. It's a significant issue. It is a significant issue that is truly not going to get any better over the next couple of years unless the British people do something. So we'll get into some of the other details here on this particular measure. I think we have a new B-roll slide for this. So grooming gangs operate or have operated in at least 149 of Britain's local authority districts, or nearly 40% of all districts across the United Kingdom. You can see this map here over on the live stream side of things. If you're on the radio or the podcast side, I apologize. There is a map that is just pox-ridden with local authority districts in which there is either suspected or confirmed gang rape activity in the United Kingdom. Around 87% of those convicted bore distinctively Muslim names. A 2017 Quilliam Foundation analysis of 264 convictions found that 84% of the offenders were South Asian, mostly Pakistani Muslim. Those numbers could be as high as 95%. 95%. That's insane. The same grooming playbook, lavishing girls with gifts, alcohol, and then taxis, gang rape, blackmail, trafficking, were used in virtually every town and city. It's the exact same playbook. It's the exact same thing. Just like how you know that the scam callers who give you a ring are going to say the exact same thing each and every time. The playbook doesn't change. The disgusting predatory tactics are not exactly highly intelligent. They're not innovative, but they are the tools and the means that are used in almost every single case. Now, here's, of course, the part that you also knew, because this has been in the news consistently over the last couple of months, in which the United Kingdom police shows up and they either do nothing or they actively persecute, and in some cases prosecute, the individuals who are affected by the targets, the victims of the rape gangs, of the trafficking, of the violence. Of course, we know this because of Henry Novak, who was stabbed multiple times by a Sikh in this case, not a Pakistani Muslim. But the cops showed up, and the Sikhs told the cop, oh, Henry Novak was racist, and as Henry bled out, he was put in cuffs, and the cop said, Henry said, I've been stabbed. And the cop said, oh, I don't think you are, mate. Again, we still don't know the name of that cop, at least I don't believe that we do. They're hiding him as best they can. And in this case, according to this report, police, social services, the NHS, schools, and taxi licensing authorities all knew. There were whistleblowing reports. There were things that were suggested. They did nothing or made it worse. Now, throughout the report, there are quite a few testimonies. Here are some of them. So from Kate, comments were constantly made suggesting that white girls and Christian girls were viewed as having fewer morals or lower value, whereas Muslim girls were described by some of the men as having dignity and higher moral standing. That fits with Islam to a T. These comparisons were used to justify the way I was treated and to further humiliate and control me. We've seen that in every single Islamic society, every single one of them. Even even Qatar, which Tucker Carlson praises, the only Christians that are in the country are itinerant indentured servants that have been brought in to do labor and are not even allowed to openly go to open church buildings. And they're treated like animals, they're treated like chattel, because that is what Islamic societies do. Quote, I was also subjected to religiously charged comments designed to shame and dehumanize me, including statements implying that God had abandoned me or would reject me because of what had been done to me. From a young woman named Taylor, before they raped me, they would chant, Basmillahir Rahman Rahim, translation, in the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Day ending in Y. Filthy, disgusting. Now, on the political implication side, what's actually going to happen here? We don't quite have something yet that shows really anything is being done, except on the local council level, they are being voted out en masse. So the Labour-dominated councils in Rochdale, Oldham, Telford suppressed evidence for decades, prioritizing Pakistani Muslim voting blocks over child safety. So in January 2025, Labour MPs voted 364 to 111 against a national statutory inquiry into grooming gangs. The government's 2026 national inquiry is described in the report as a containment exercise. Its terms of reference deliberately exclude the ethnic, religious, and cultural drivers of the abuse. Lord Nazir Ahmed, a Labour peer elevated by Tony Blair, was convicted in 2022 of raping a 13-year-old girl. You want to know why all over the UK, in the local government elections that happened over the last couple of months, why you were seeing Labour and Conservative Party members being swept aside and Reform Party members take their place? This is why. This is why. The centre cannot hold. It can't. Now, as to whether the Brits are really going to do anything about it and take this down permanently rather than just burn buses and throw them at buildings, remains to be seen. It does. It remains to be seen. The Parliament members that are participating in this kind of action, voting against statutory inquiry into grooming gangs, yeah, I mean, there should be something, again, at least I would argue, that should be, again, I would say that is done, about this particular stuff. Now, this inquiry comes out a day after a video surfaced of an Islamic man who was being questioned under suspicion of raping minors. The man's defense, what's the defense when he's being questioned about sexually abusing little girls? That Sharia doesn't set an age limit. And I was just unaware of the laws in the United Kingdom. Here you go.
Do you know what we're here for? Okay, you're going to find out in a sec. Okay. Keep your hands out your pockets. Listen to me. Yeah. Where's John? I don't know.
Get busy, sorry.
Hey mate, sit yourself down.
By the way, this is the look of a man who's not sorry for what he did. He's sorry he's caught. He's sorry he's caught, and he wants to play to the sympathy, oh, they're racist angle, in case you're wondering.
You're dizzy. Do you need an ambulance? Do you need medical assistance?
I feel like dizzy, I'm sorry.
Listen to me. You haven't got to feel threatened.
Yeah. You sent that to a 14-year-old girl. You know that? You're going to be arrested tonight.
I'm never going to.
Well, you won't.
I promise.
You might, but you might do it back where you live.
Read
Won't
some
be
of the
doing it-
read a bit of the chat out if you got some on there.
Stay
I'm
there.
never going to do it.
Don't make me nervous.
Just discussing. This goes on for another minute and a half, and it's again, this is a serious problem that will continue until things are done. By the way, again, this is an excellent argument for why here in the United States, you should be required to speak the language. You should be required, because if you do not speak English, how are you supposed to know what the laws are? We can't just trust in your good common sense and moral wonder. No. Because clearly that's not working here. That's not a thing here. You can't blame white society for bringing Pakistani Muslims to the United Kingdom. You can't. So, unfortunate, again, disgusting what's going on over in the United Kingdom.